Right. I'm already here. Might as well stop the count. Turn you off. So peace and blessings, people. What's up, Haven? What's up? What's up? What's up? Is the mic quality okay? Everything clear? Everything is clear. Let me go ahead and share this to the ground. Share it to the ground. Yes, sir. So what's up, y'all? Halito, peace, guys and goddesses. How y'all doing? Hope everything is all well with y'all. Hope everyone is having a good night tonight and will have a good night tonight. And let's get at all this from this retrograde that's going on right now. What's up, Cedric? What's up? What's up? Let's go on here and turn it on. So, this is really just a part two to what I was teaching a few days ago. Now, the last time I was live, y'all learned a lot. And if you want to recap, we could go to we could recap a little bit. Let me turn my mic up. Turn my volume down. Cause I hear a delay. What's up, pretty kitty? What's up? So basically, to recap, we learned a lot of shit about Walter Plecker and what he done, the racial classification, and all these things that was taking place, right? So the way how we gonna recap, this is how we finna recap, right? We're gonna go here. We're gonna get down from right here. This is how we finna recap. My bad. That's part of my little research I was doing. This is how we finna recap. So we finna go to naturalism of Yahweh. And we're gonna let the video speak for itself.
Got nothing. Thank y'all. Book. But here we go. So like I say, I want to come up. Come on,
I'm gonna give
Steak.
it a.
Like I said, any of
Let's set the timer. I'm gonna set the timer real quick. We're gonna give it a 2-minute recap. 2-minute recap. Let's go. 2-minute recap.
y'all, anybody that opposes can come up. Anybody. Zero requests, but you got a lot to say. How you got a lot to say in the comments, but not a lot to say up here? Are you white people? Yeah, yes, sir. But look, for example, you're gonna see a birth certificate where they're Indians, right? But you also gonna see a birth certificate that got the word white, but they living on a reservation, right? And this can be proven. When you go look at this book right here, it's called what's the name of it? What records are there? I forgot what it was called. What was it called? Oh yeah. This is an example birth register of the Blackfeet Agency. So this is just one out of the many, right? This is one out of the many. So when you look into this book, they register book, right? This is just one of the tribes. So take this as all tribes do this, because it's been proven there's white people living on reservations and they're labeled as Indian. According to Walter Plecker, he said Indians are white man blood too in the Racial Integrity Act. This is one thing that they refuse to tell you.
Oh, 1 second. Let me get this. I forgot to get that. here.
So if you zoom in right here, it says records
Yeah,
of
it looks
births
like
amongst
everything's
the
set.
Indians, the Blackfeet Agency. You see this thing right here, blood of nationality up here, blood of nationality of parents. It says one half, one half. It says half, half, half. Damn near all of y'all are half, half. Then one, it got to say full, half, full, three fourths, full, three fourths, three fourths. But here we go. Here's the thing that trips me out. If you look down here at towards the bottom, I wish I could zoom. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Shoot, what did I just do? If you zoom in right here, yes, here we go. And you go down here and you look at their register books. Do you see that word right here? It says right there. I don't know if you can see my cursor. You probably can't see my cursor on this live, but you should see it. It's the second column. Let me bring this on here. Y'all see
Yeah,
that
let me
right
turn
there?
up. I'm gonna still let it explain.
I'm gonna drag it right there. Y'all can see
All
it
right.
right there. It says white. The father, white. Mother, half. Child, three fourths. Why is there white people on the reservation? They said the reservation only supposed to be for Indians. But you go to this side over here, full. These other ones don't even tell you. Don't even tell. I guess it just means most of them full. But here go another one. Father, white. Then we got to get some more. The majority of y'all Indians on reservations are not full. That's all. That's facts right there. If y'all want to go off these books, most of y'all are not full. Well, majority of y'all are not full. When I say full, full Mongolian. That's what I mean by that.
So basically, to explain what I'm doing right here is what I did was I showed that the Native Americans are white. The majority of them are white. They are not American Indians. They are not Aborigines. They are not original to this land at all. They are Mongoloids. Mongoloids, Mongolians, Mongols. That is what they are. And we've to tap more into this literature about this, right? So we got a lot going on tonight. A lot of people is hashing things out tonight. Not feeling too well, not too happy today because of certain things that's taking place. But me, I'm not too focused on that. We only focus on getting knowledge and understanding out, right? That should be the main agenda of us all is to get information out as fast as possible, educate the people on this matter so they can get their land patents, so they can learn what really happened to their people. So when they take this shit to court, they got something big to stand upon, right? So yes, you should know that the Native Americans are not the real Indians. That identity, Native American, was created later. They never called themselves Indians. Even the word Navajo, it's not even a real Indian name. That's another name that came from colonizers. So they actually picking up identities, something that colonizers called them, even their tribe names. That's the crazy thing about it. And they got the nerve to say they've been here for 16,000 years. And out that same mouth, they say, you using colonizer language. Colonizer on knowledge, literature, and all this other stuff. But you got the nerve to say you've been here 16,000 years. That's the same thing that modernists say. The modern colonizer. Y'all double standard. Y'all speak a double standard. Y'all really don't know what y'all doing. Y'all really don't know what y'all talking about. If you ask me. Okay? I'm not sure if I covered this. I think I did cover this. But we're going to tap back in. We're going into the Sonora What did they call the Native Americans before they called them Native Americans? Did they call them Indians? What did they call you in the very beginning? What did they call you in the very beginning? Was it Native American? Was it Aborigine? Was it the first peoples? Did they call you all of this in 1492, in the 1600s, up to the 1700s? Let's add another one. Did they call you Nagas, Native Americans? Did they call you Maniji? What did they call the Native Americans in the 1600s? We about to see. We about to see, brother. So we going to the Sonora. This is a newspaper. This is some information that y'all could stumble upon and read yourselves. Make sure to share it live to your people that you feel that's need this information. So let's go. All right, here we go. The mongrel republics of America. I believe I already did this. Hold up. X this one. Here we go. The mongrels republic of America. The mongrel republics of America. That first title, that title right there should speak volumes right then and there. The Mongols Republics of America. Just like the Know Nothings. The Know Nothing Party was changed to the Native American Party. But we were speaking on the Mongol republics before the new form of the Mongol Republic, which is called the Mongolian Republic of America. That's what they call it today. But it got dismantled around the 1970s when the Native Americans came up with a new title. At the same time when African American came on the scene in the 1970s, another title. But it was known as Mongol Republic. The Mongol Republic, that was your political party. Right? So it says, let's begin. Like I said, I believe I covered this in my last live. But this is what the Native Americans was called. It says the defeat and death of Emperor of Mexico will no doubt have no beneficial results at all events. It will excite the interest of Europeans as well as Americans in the mongrel republics of this continent. Pause. We're going to skip on down. There is no Mexican nation. There is no Mexican nation. Never was any, nor Chilean or Colombian, Peruvian, nor there was any Brazilian. There is nothing but hordes of mongrels, which is Mongol, with the names and formulas and habitudes of the old Spanish conquistadors or conquerors, in a mighty mass of aboriginal material. You see the difference? Do you already see the difference? Because he literally told you there's no such thing as a Mexican nation. When you dive into the concept, peace and love, bro. When you dive into the concept of what a Mexican really is, it's really a mixture of different peoples. That is not a nation. Then you got the same mixture of different peoples that's in the same Native American community that's mixed with a fortitude of different peoples, which they still fall under the same race paradigm as a Mexican if they went to Mexico. They just went into another jurisdiction or inhabit a different jurisdiction. You're still a mixed nation. Peace, Ashanti. Peace, Contrario. Yep, you said the word right there. So, in this document, thank you for the heart. In this document, you see what they was calling the natives when they came here. They say it was nothing but hordes of the Mongol people. And a mass aboriginal material that is silent. Why is the aboriginal material silent? And who is the aboriginal? Oh, that's sitting here with the Mongols. As it has been silent ever since it has been created. Right, let's go. Now it says the native or Indians of this continent, and they are all the same species from Cape Horn to the Columbian River, though greatly superior to the Negro. When they say Negro, what do they mean? And who is the Indian? Because we already got the mongrel. So who is the Indian and who is the Negro and who is the mongrel? Do you see what's going on here? This is old literature, but now they won't even talk about this stuff. Because back then, an Indian today, what you call today, wasn't the same back then. They even eliminate the identity of what a Mongol is today compared to what it was back then. That's called Reconstruction period. The big switcheroo. Everybody got their identity switched. Thank you, brother, for the gift. All right. Now it says the Indian is superior to the Negro, and it says are incapable of impressing themselves on the material world about them, and therefore have no history. What? They do got history. But we need to know who is the Negro. Who is that? But it says the Spanish conqueror, probably the greatest liars in the world ever saw, saved the present mongrel party. They just said Indian, then they said Negro, and now they saying mongrel party. We talking 18th century literature talking about the 1492. We got 18th century talking about 1492. You're not going to find no literature on this in 2023 in a modern ass book. What's up, Los? You're not going to find that. So we dealing with the mongrel party. And pretended to, here we go. He said, they're talking about the colonizers. They said, what's up, brother? And it says, pretended to find grand cities, temples, monuments, and progressive civilization in Mexico, Peru, and other regions of the continent. And many learned and scientific Europeans believe them, believe even their absurd stories about the picture writings of the Aztecs. Who was producing that? Who was claiming that? Was it the mongrels? And do you see the difference between the Spaniard and the European? You didn't notice that they made a difference between the Spaniard conquistador and the European? Did you notice? So who is the conquistador? You know who it is. Who's the Spaniard? You know who it is. And who is the European? You know who it is. If they saying this shit separately and not using the same stuff, evidently there is a different meaning behind the context or the text. or what's being presented. All right. And it says, we're going to go down here. It says, this civilization of the Montezumas, more and more, is exactly that of the Brandis. All right. And it says the Red Jackets and the Black Hawks of the North, differing only in degree, not much in that. We talking about the California Indians. I already brought that out. I'm going to show you that again just to show you why are they comparing Montezuma's. And we know Montezuma, King Montezuma and his people, we know they were so-called Negroes. So when you go back and you observe the Indians of the north of Mexico, let's tap in. And you observe the Tribes of California by Stephen Powers, 1877. You see the Department of the Interior sign right there. It's a real history book. Right? How many books you get? I'm talking about how many modernistic books that you got that has a seal, right? So let's go. Let me turn off this Telegram. So we got Tribe. We got Stephen Powers and that's his name. So here we go. Damn, go. Did you gonna go? There you go. I already read one yesterday. Let's read a different one. Because the first one I described the day before yesterday, it described the Klamath Indians, and it said they had right here. It said that they had a color ranging from hazel to buff hazel to old bronze, almost black. We talking about their complexion and Sacramento Valley, right? And it also gave you a double dagger and said these California Indians look like the Grecians. A double dagger. Why a book about California talking about the Grecians? What do the Grecians really look like? All right. So if you don't know, this is the color of hazel. That's the color of hazel. But we finna get to another description. And this is the color of old bronze. And that's the color of bronze or copper. Right? They ain't talking about the shine that's on copper. They talking about the color itself is brown. Not yellow. And there go an old bronze cup. Showing you the complexion of what these California Indians look like, the people of the north. North of California. North of Mexico. Now here we go. We got another Indian of California, Northern California, the Patawat. If we're going to go all the way down, it says the Patawat live on the lower waters of Mad River and round Humboldt Bay. And it says as far as south as the Arcata, perhaps originally as far down as Eureka. And here go their color. It says they are black skin. Peace goddess. And pudgy in stature, right? So it says these Indians are black skinned. We talking about native territory, right? Native territory. Let's get one more. All right, we got the Yucca tribe. The Yucca have a disproportionately large heads mounted like cannonballs on a smallish short bodies after a protuberant animals. That's something like Kendrick Lamar's stature. But here got the complexion. They are very variously complexioned without a particular law, with a yellowish buff to brown and almost black. The hell was that? So you see, back to this. He said right here, the civilization of the Montezumas is exactly that of the Branditis, red jackets and black hawks of the north, differing only in degree, not much of that. What color was the California Indians? What color was the Indians of the north? I just showed you. We're doing precept upon precept. And here we go. It says, so to the Indian or Aboriginal species found on this continent in extreme north, he had absolutely nothing save bows and arrows to unalive his food, which in every other aspect to scarcely above the N word of Africa. So they basically describing that the California Indian or the Indians of the North or the Aboriginal Indian of the Americas, not the mongrels, are more advanced than the African. And you can actually see that today. When it comes down to sports, music, intelligence, things like that. Not saying they are very smart people. They are very athletic people. We just talking about when it comes down to the capability of sports, educational purpose, scientific notions. Y'all know, when we talking about the go to the Olympics, athletes, movies, things like that, they telling you that the Indian is more superior when it comes down to this stuff. They saying in the old stuff, they saying in the old literature, and we saying it today. Sorry, not sorry, but it is the truth. Facts over opinions, things that we can verify today. Now it says the Powhatan's empire. Here we go. The Powhatan's empire and the more genial climb of Virginia advanced. Let me. Didn't I turn off this? I thought I turned that off. I ain't signed thought of that. Turn that off. There you go. It says the Powhatan Empire in the more genial climb of Virginia advanced slightly beyond this, and the Cherokees of Georgia perhaps were even more enlightened. So they're saying these Indians over here in Virginia, the Cherokees, the Powhatan Empire, are advanced. They're enlightened. They're intelligent. Please tell me, where are we? I'm just being real. The Aztecs and the Toltecs of Mexico were cultivated in a certain rude way and even fabricated some things that look like manufacturers, but they differ only in degree, and we repeat slightly in that, from the brothers in the extreme north, right? So we don't have to read the rest of that. Oh, yeah, yes, I do. And it says the Tlaxcala and the Calula of Mexico were Indian villages built of adobe of unburnt brick, and through the assemblage, these villagers in the Valley of Mexico may have amounted to several thus of people. I'm following you. I'm following the Powhatan on TikTok right now. What's up, bro? So we seeing. So we see. Now again, they finna start talking about the. I believe they finna start talking about. Yeah, they finna talk about the difference again. It was the native white populations, possibly 1 million of them. That was especially. You see, it says the native white population, right? But it says the native white population, approximately 1 million of them, that was especially oppressed by the Spanish dominion. And when Napoleon invaded Spain and the foreign masters of Mexico were forced to fight for their own independence, the white men of Mexico revolted and made a desperate effort to cast off the foreign rule. And it says, unfortunately, however, in order to gain the aid of the subordinate races, here we go, it says mongrels, Indians, and Negroes. They keep on making a separation. Who is the mongrel? Who is the Mongol? They declared them all citizens, and though they succeeded in casting off the Spanish dominion, there has been no peace, order, or social safety since. The conquerors of Spanish America, unlike the English adventurers of the North, brought no wives with them. Again, the conquerors of Spanish America, unlike the English adventurers of the North, brought no wives with them, and therefore sought sexual alliances with the native women. So the Moors didn't bring no wives with them to Spain. I mean, to New Spain. So they had no choice but to intermingle with the populations there. So now you see the reason why Mexico the way it is today. Do you see why? That's why they said nobody in Mexico cannot claim a nation because they are a people of mixed races. It's true. That's not a nationality. However you say it, being a Mexican is not a nationality. It's not. It's not. Just because of this. And it said they resulted in a vast hybrid or Mongol element, which in Mexico amounted to perhaps 2 millions, mainly, if not entirely, confounded to the cities. The numbers of the native element at the time of the revolution, it is difficult to estimate, but it may put down round numbers at 6 millions. And it says the 2 millions of mongrels and 1 million of white people that sum the total population of Mexico was. So y'all see, was each with a general resemblance to the others, having its own specific nature, once and climatic in social adaptations. Thus, the N-word, while further removed from us than any other species of man, is absolutely unchangeable human as we ourselves. So he basically saying the N-word is the only true human. Everybody else, they said they is mixed and a whole bunch of other stuff. But right here in this article, it says that the N-word is the only true one, the only unchangeable one. Everybody else changed. Native American, you a changed person. Whites, you a changed person. Original people in Mexico, you a changed people. But the N-word is the only unchanged person on this earth. That speaks volumes. And now you see why the so-called ideal of, I don't want to say that word, but dislike, distaste, disdain is toward the people of those complexions. Right? Because you didn't change. You remained the same. So all this talk about your people mixed with this, your people mixed with that, that's why you brown, that's a freaking lie. Because they said you are unchanged. But again, who is the N-word? Because they talking about the mongrel white populations when they say unchanged. And the conquistador populations when they say unchanged. So who is the Indian and who is the N-word? We still trying to find that out. But we gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And it says, had the million of white people in Mexico left the Indian and the Negro where they were under the Spanish regime and simply substituted themselves in the place of their Spanish master, the Republic of 1824 would have been grand success. Again, let's look at this real quick. Mexico map. Mexico map. Let me put this. Mexico map. Shit. Why is it? What's going on? Oops. There you go. Mexico map. 1824. So when we speak in Mexico, right? What are we describing? What are they saying? So you got to put your mind in the same time frame of when all this stuff is popping off. So when they say people of the North, what are they talking about? We talking about all of this, my friends. We're talking about, dang, is you going to show them out properly? Yeah, here we go. We talking about all of that, all the way to California. They talking about all the way up there, all the way down there. Right? So y'all see. Y'all see. That's what they talking about. When in this article, Mexico in 1824. California taken up, and I gave you the description with the California Indians. They was Black Hawk and all of them was all in that area next to California. He was comparing the Montezumas to the Indians of the North. And I just gave you a brief description of what those Indians had looked like. I didn't say anything wrong. And he said that the Indians of the of the East is far more enlightened. So who's the Indians of the West and the Indians of the East? We're talking about North America. So we tying everything together. All right. Had the million of, I already read that. Let's go. All right. Even if they had included the 2 millions of mixed breeds in the citizenship, there would have been a certain degree of success. But having included all whites, mixed breeds, and Indians and N-words in a common citizenship, social order was struck down to the start, and there has been nothing but conflict, anarchy, disintegration, rottenness, and unaliving sense. It says Indians and N-words exist, are made and fashioned by the hand of God, and are therefore designed for different conditions of existence. Of course, why are they using Indians in the N-word? Why are they using things in comparison when it comes down to them too? Y'all gotta think it. Y'all gotta ask questions. You gotta think about it. All right. And our design, thank you for the gift, bro. Appreciate that, Los. And it says, for design for different conditions for existence, or of course, he had not have created them. They resemble and approximate to each other in us. Let's say that again. What did he say about the Indians? He said the Indians and the N-words. He said they resemble and approximate to each other and us. But our sense show us that there are specifically different beings, not from climate, chance, or human law. They resemble the same. They look alike. They have big numbers, but we know they are different. So now you know who is an Indian, but we don't know who is an N-word. But they are different. But they are different. They resemble, but they are different. You got it right here. As you keep reading, you will know. And it says, our instincts revolt at a amalgamation. Amalgamation. New word. I never said that word. Day in my damn life. Our reason shows us our superiority and to trample on all these to ignore the work of God, to strive for force them to submit to the same rulers and regulations is punished accordingly as we witness in Mexico. So what are they saying? I will have to repeat again. You will get the screenshot if y'all want to. I'm just letting you know. I've been tapping into these news reports. Brother Los, he been tapping into the CIA. I've been tapping into these news articles. I had to pay some money. I had to pay some money to tap into these old newspapers. And these newspapers are international too. We got newspapers that is international. You keep breaking up. I keep breaking up. Sorry. I'm still breaking up? Because I don't see nothing buffering. And I got all bars. Let me check. CPU good, the memory good, the upload speed good, no frame drops, 60 frames per second. I can't see why it's breaking up. It would have told me. It would have gave me a warning. But yeah, y'all see. I'll say it again. It says the N's and the N-words existed, are made fashioned by the hand of God, and are therefore designed for different conditions of existence. Or, of course, he would not have created them, right? And it says they resemble and approximate, that means alike, they look alike, and approximate, that means their population to each other and us. But who's the us? Who is the us? I don't know who the us is. But you see. Next page. Now we head into this. Since you got the idea of what's going on, now we tapping into more information. The Tennessee Gazette and Metro District Advertisers. August 22nd, 1804, page 2, Nashville, Tennessee. Now this is what I found right here. When they was giving a description, this is just like little findings of description of Indians and also Native Americans and various of other things that I stumbled across in my researches, right? And it says, question by defendant, was Mary Lucet. I think they said Lucust. Yeah, Lucust. Yeah, by Mary Lucas, white or black? They asked him to defend it. Is Mary Lucas white or black? Here's the answer. She is neither white nor black, but of a mustach color. A mustach color. What's a mustach color? A musty color. Here go the plaintiff. Was Mary Lucas. I'm just gonna say Lucas. Mother, an Indian or a Negro. And it says answer, always reported to be an Indian. There it is right there. There it is right there. So you see? Let's go. We're going to the next article. Not the article, newspaper. The Evening Post, December 20th, 1802, OCO, my brother. Monday, page 3. Come on now. We're going on down right here. This true. The president has not taken any notice whatever of this subject and the message. And yet there are many who think with us. And it says that the welfare of this large and respectable body of our fellow citizens is as quite as interesting and ought to command us much attention as that of our affections. And it says strong Indian or negro neighbors, of which he speaks so much and so often. State of Kentucky to Congress. That's what's it about. Indian or. Come on now. You see, making the comparisons. They're making the comparisons. Here it is. This is about what the Native Americans love talking about so much. Have you went to Oklahoma? Have you got your Indian card and stuff like that? We going to this article, right? I mean, this newspaper right here. This is Black Indians Open Season. The Black Dispatch, May 14, 1938. I'm going to zoom in over here. New players bow with local Negro team here Sunday, May 15th. We're going to jump on down. Batter up, strike three, you're out. With the former chance ushered from the mouth of the umpire, identifying the national sport game baseball in the Southwest premier sports spectacle of the 1938 spring seasons, is scheduled to begin promptly at 3 o'clock Sunday after May 15, when Oklahoma major Negro professional baseball team, the Black Indians, tangle with Tesla Black Oilers or whatever. It's the simple fact we got a representation of this Oklahoma City Black Indians team roster. None of you, I never heard of that. Pretty sure some of you ain't heard of that. But it's the simple fact that it exists. Like I said, we're just building a case. That's all we're doing. Now we go on to the Indian Journal, March 16th, 1995, about Oklahoma. Here we go. It says Black Indian. This says Black history. Black Indians, one of the longest unwritten chapters in the history of the United States, is that treating of the relations of Negroes and the Indians. The Indians were already here when the white man came, and the Negroes brought in soon after to serve as a subject race found among the Indians, one of their means of escape. If they didn't look alike, how would they escape? If they didn't look alike, how did the Negroes fit in? How? And they say, how come they don't talk about the Black Indians in Black history? They leave that part out. They keep quiet about that because they don't want people diving into that, because it's going to open up a big old wildfire. Corporations will be forced to relocate because that is land patents. There's corporations built on our lands that have been taken from us illegally. And it says Black Indians, none ever appears in any Western history book or school book, yet they live all over the Americas. And it says in 1886, one Charlie was in Reno, Nevada with Shoshone Indians, uh, Kiowa members, including a mixture of Indians and blacks. Indians and blacks. Again, who is the Indian and who is the blacks? We got to figure that out. We got to figure that out. Because in the other one we showed, I sent what you showed a black baseball team. Bet. You sent it in my DM. You sent it in my DM. All right, cool. All right. And it says right here, this is the main thing I want to look at. It says Frederick Douglass had mixed African Indian and white ancestry. Ben Pickett, born to a black Cherokee family. And it says the Native American stick ball players just before World War One at Dallas Fair illustrated the blending of Africans and Indians. Again, if they didn't look alike, how could they blend in? Who is the Indians and who is the blacks? You can't tell the difference between the two, but they are different. We can tell the difference from us and an African, but some reason other nations can't tell the difference between an African and a real American Indian. So they just call us all black. That's what they do. All right? Let's see. Racial mixture. They talk about how Africans mixed in with Indians and stuff like that. Again, I'm not denying the fact that Africans came here. I'm denying the fact that that is majority of our bloodline, which is not. Because the Indians and the Africans look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. And they already gave a brief description of the Native Americans, who is the Mongol Republic, who is now native today. If you mix that part, it was in the beginning of my life when I was talking about the Mongol Republic, the identity of the Native Americans, the true identity, right? Hold on, what newspaper is this? Whoa, did I take a picture? That's that. But nah, shit, I didn't get a picture. I did not get the damn source of that one. Shit, I forgot to get the source. But let's go ahead and read it. All right. This is talking about how the Africans perceive the American Indians. It says Mir agrees with the Zulu chief Gatsha. Can't say that. Bootheliza. I can't even say Booth Eliza, or whatever, claim that whites exploded black Indian feelings in 1949 by spreading rumors and agitating the tensions to keep the two groups from presenting a united front against apartheid. All right. So you got Africans, the chief of Zulu, the chief of the Zulu tribe, speaking on our Indian business on how the whites was trying to exploit our feelings. How come we never heard anything about this? And how did the African knew about it? South Africa, exact. See, in these old newspapers, there's a lot of shit I found out. Nelson Mandela's daughter talked about us. Now, here's the article about the Mongol American. The newspaper. This is the New York Times, September 17th, Saturday, 1921. All right. I'll be going to that section right there. It says the Mongol American officials to sell. Dr. Jacques K. Whatever, vice president of the Mongol American Corporation. Mongol American Corporation. Again, Mongol American Corporation will sell at the end of this month for Eastern Siberia and Mongolia. And it says to organize an exchange trade with the natives for local raw materials. Mongol Americans trading with natives, bringing the materials back to Mongolia and Siberia. A lecture to cover the Mongolian return. Right here, still talking about the Mongolian Americans. Mongolia, landlocked between the Soviet Union and China, is the birthplace of John Hange, who was spent on his Mongolian Americans' return to his native land, yada, yada, yada. The reason I got this clip so you can see what a Mongolian looks like and you can do your own deciphering of this. Okay? So we do have Mongolians. We got an instance of Mongolians trading with natives. Then we got Mongolians coming to talk with natives. And I'm talking about real life Mongolians coming from Mongolia, talking to natives in America, Native Americans. And we got Mongolians going back to Siberia, to talk to them and train amongst them. It's crazy how we say that the natives have Siberian and Mongolian blood, and the Mongolians came here in the 19th century to talk to the Native Americans and trade amongst them and bring those materials back to Mongolia and Siberia. Why was you doing that? If y'all are not the same people and y'all have no ties, why was you doing that? All I'm doing is just breaking down newspapers. That's all I'm doing. To show that y'all had ties, that y'all were called Mongolian Americans, y'all was called Mongols at a certain point in time. Then it's until later centuries, till later days, later years, that's when they start calling you Native Americans. I'm sorry to tell you, you was never called no Indian. You was never called no Indian. Then when you look at the old depiction, mascots, and all this stuff of Indians, they don't look like you. But y'all look like this man. So we just want to be real about it. A lecture to cover Mongolian return. I only brought this article out so y'all can see. Now, I'm at this one right here. The Boston Sunday Globe, December 11th, 1958. And it says, Indians are Mongols. And it says, I'm a Native American. I look nothing like this guy. You. Hold on. Let me see what you look like. Yes, you do, buddy. Yes, you do. Y'all still have the same phenotypes. You can play the games all day. But you are mixed with European too. So you can stop the games. But anyway, it says Indians are Mongols. American Indians are classified by scientists as a Mongol people. Right? Let me turn up. Let me open my guest panel. I want to come up and speak. They got 1,000 followers. And you gonna turn and say, no, I look Mexican. Bro, do you want me to go back to what they said about the Mexican? Do you want me to go back so I could show you what they said about it? Because it literally says that Mexican is the Mongol. It said that y'all mixed in with Moors, which is the conquistadors, and the Mongols, and the European. So you are a mix of three peoples. I'm just being real with you. We all just read the newspaper of 1802 that talks about it. Montezuma and the original people of Mexico that was called Mexico, which was really classes, the intermixture of that. That's not white news because the ones that presented this information that spoke about it were black Moors, the real rulers. So we could play these games all day, Danny Smith. We could play these games all day. But it says the Indians are Mongols. American Indians are classified by scientists as Mongol people, descended from ancient nomads of East Asia. The National Geographic Society says in the new book on Indians of Americas. It's the in denial for me. Look, I'm not gonna say no profanity or nothing that is bad in this live, but what I am reading right here, we're going back to this article. We're gonna do it again for Danny Smith. The Sonora, November 2nd, 1867. It's the bio for me. But look, right here. It was well excited that the interest of Europeans as well as Americans in the mongrel republics of this continent, and if the interest lead them to examine and comprehend the abnormal populations that figure as nations such of our own borders. Let's skip on down. Then I'm gonna show you Mexico again. There is no Mexican nation, never was any, nor Chilean, or Colombian, Peruvian, nor Brazilian. There's nothing but hordes of Mongols with the names, formulas, and habitudes of old Spanish conquistadors in a mighty mass of aboriginal material which doesn't belong to you, but somehow you are the keepers of it. Now, if we go look at Mexico during that time, look at how big Mexico was. We talking about the Spanish New Spain from here, even though New Spain was right here, but the empire stretched all the way up as far as Washington, all the way down. So when they was talking about this, they talking about all this. Please tell me the location of the Navajo, Apache, the Lakota, and all this other shit, the Mexica, Nahuatl, all of that y'all say that you wills, is all in that location where New Spain was, where they said all the Mongols was. And y'all lied and said, oh, we came from the other side of Mississippi. No, you didn't. We got the colonizer books of New England that gave the description of what those Indians looked like across the Mississippi. So don't sit up here and cap like the Trail of Tears was about you, because it was not. It wasn't. It was not. It was about people leaving Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Kentucky, Ohio, all of those places to go to Oklahoma and other places, other reservations to relocate from their real patent land. That was it was forcible leaving so they can keep their identity, right? But it wasn't you, Danny Smith, and it wasn't your descendants Danny Smith, because your descendants was always over here. Because if y'all was really on the Mississippi, I want to see some census records where you lived in those places. I want to see some census records in the 18th century where you lived in Georgia, where you lived in Mississippi, where you lived in Louisiana, where you lived in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. I want to see that. Show me the census records of your people living over there in the 18th century during the Trail of Tears. Show me those Dawes Roads. Show me those Indian Territory roads. Show me that. I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see it. Now, that's the passion, buddy. That's the passion. Because every time I hear y'all talk, y'all always talking about we on the West Coast, Lakota territory, Apache territory. Always in California, Nevada, Las Vegas, New Mexico, Arizona, the same places y'all been for the past 400 years. So what freaking Trail of Tears are you talking about? That's what I want to know. Because I ain't seen no records of y'all being in Mississippi and none of those places. Because if y'all really is the shit I want to see those census records of you, your ancestors living in Mississippi and all those places. You're gonna have to show me. They can't tell me nada about Aborigines there in Mexico, Mississippi. That's what I want to know. It ain't no hate. It's not no ideology. Me, just like how y'all ask for us for what's your identification card, which y'all legally not supposed to do. That the only people that supposed to be asking for your Indian cards is Indian agents. Do you work for the Indian Bureau of Affairs, Internal Affairs, or whatever it's called? Do you work for them? If you do not, and if I catch y'all out here asking people for their identification card and you stay on the reservation, I'm gonna report your ass. Because you're not supposed to do that. You better go study that Indian law. Y'all not supposed to do that, and y'all know y'all not supposed to be doing them mess. Freak y'all think y'all is police officers, Indian police. Y'all can easily lose y'all classification just like that. It's way easier for me, though. It's just as easy for me to go to jail, and it's just as easy for you to lose your little tribal card with just one simple report because they itching to get you off the land. Because the more people they lose off the land, the more money that community gain. The fewer the people, the more money they gain. That's why they keep on. If you keep on adding people, that means that community had to split up their money more and more and more amongst them people. Some people don't even get money. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some people don't even get money on reservations. Some people don't even get checks on reservations. But to the ones that do, I saw the documentaries, I saw the books, I saw the articles and newspapers on it. The more people you lose from reservations, the more money you gain. So y'all could stop the cap. They itching to get you off. So y'all could quit playing games. It's just a money scheme. It all is just a money scheme. All right. Here goes this newspaper, the the Allenton Daily Leader, Saturday, August 15, 1903. They take our identity to use it for money. Exactly. And I don't get to the reservations that get like 10K a month. I just want to know how are you living in the conditions that you're in where y'all can all put that money in collectively and rebuild your land. I don't get it. They complain about how the water is bad, how the land is not fertile enough, and all this stuff. They have the funds and the capability and the numbers to get that operation in progress, but you don't do it. You sit back and you complain and be haughty for what? I don't get it. But they know if they gave us that, if they gave us that as a community, nothing wouldn't be the way how it is. Because eventually, if we're getting 10K a month, hell, even 5K a month, hell, let's say 5K a month. Yes, we're gonna go splurging on ourselves, but eventually, the way how our minds is coming together, and we already got the funds, and we say, hey man, there's plenty more where that's coming from. That automatically defeats the mindset of being stingy. I'm not doing this, I'm doing that. We would be people that's should give hands out to everybody. Oh, you need a couple of $100, brother. Oh, here you go, bro. Just pay me back on your next check. Bet that up, bro. Real talk. No problems. No problems at all. Because everybody getting paid. The mindset we have, we put our minds together, we was getting that, I guarantee we're gonna have Black Wall Street all over this. Black Wall Street all over this. And they don't want that. So that's the benefits because they know we would take that benefit and excel. They already seen it. They're not gonna let it happen. Yeah, facts. If we get on that, bro, we're gonna turn that bit into a forest. Our brothers already. Hey, look at the black brother that's out. I'm sorry to call him black, but I don't know his family origins. But look at the black brother that's out there. He learned how to make a full blown garden during desert station, which means the place becoming a desert. He found the way to turn the desert green. Why isn't the natives doing that? It's black people doing this over there in the Nevada, in Arizona, in the Grand Canyon, in California, turning deserts green, making gardens in the middle of the freaking desert. And don't forget the brother out there in El Paso. How the hell he's making, bro, y'all just don't understand. The brother out there in El Paso, he cultivating the desert. The desert. A wasteland. Ain't no way y'all the real ones. That's all I'm gonna say. The prime reason for crime in our community is financial. We wouldn't be in our pre I can't even say that word. Predicament. My bad. Right? So my kids is banging on the door, which they not gonna come here. But anyways, it says Professor Starr asserts that this Indianization is going among immigrants of all nationalities. In his view, the noble red man is a modification on development of the Mongolian. The apical eyes disappeared as soon as the Mongolian Indian, the Mongol Indian became certain which continent he belonged to and no longer hesitated between Asia and America. Now the old American stock is having its revenge on its conquerors. Um, um, what revenge? Cause last time I checked, they still marching, talking about water and shit. It is undisputed fact that the American race is the hardiest in existence today. I already read this. I already read all this, but y'all see. I want to know what the heck they doing. I want to know what they're doing because it said they're taking a revenge on the conquerors. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing but protests of people that's unfit roaming the street. Whence came the Indians? What article is this? Did I get the source? Yes, I did. This is the bar or bear. Wait, yeah, the bar Daily Times, June 5th, 1926. This is Vermont, Vermont. Yeah, I just seen a bunch of out of weight people, overweight people. I say out of weight, overweight people in the street marching with signs. I like, wow, this is what they doing to the conquerors. This is the revenge. Shit, this is amazing. That's amazing. If that's revenge, shit, our people got y'all beat. Shoot, I'm just saying. Our people should be tired of marching by now. Whence came Indians? Where the ancestor of the American Aborigines Mongol. And that's a lot of conjecture right there. American Aborigines Mongol. That right, those two, that's one big ass conjecture. And did they come by the way of the Bering Strait? Let's read it. It says, was the first quarter of the American immigrants Mongol, and did they arrive by way of the Bering Strait? Many of the ethnologists think so. Dr. Alice Hardlick. I think that's a German name. Hardlick, Hardlick, Licka, whatever. Of the National Muslim at Washington, one of the strongest believers that the American Indians came from Asia, says he has found on the borders of Tibet and Mongolia peoples who, in many details of speech, habit remain him strongly of the poor low. Hardlicker thinks, Hardlicker, it says, thinks the proof is elitched. But is it? It says, why not argue that the Mongol people were originally Indian and came from America? Bering is no one way straight. True, we have to admit a heap of evidence showing that our Indians have moved generally southward in North America. The Apache where are you? Get the screenshot, because next time she mess with y'all, I want you to bring this shit up. It says the Apache, for example, has tales about a land of ice and snow and frozen rivers, which show that he once lived far to the north of his present domain of sand and sun, but may not assume that the ancestors of the Mongol and Indian once lived in Canada, whence both offshoots moved onward. Indians and ice and snow. Talking about ice and snow, Snow White. That brings the indication of the Bering Strait. And y'all actually have a story on it? And y'all dare say y'all the original people when y'all got a story about the snow? They live in a land always winter. Bering Strait, then a mud. Being straight, then the mud. Being straight. Certainly the to to cross Bering Strait into Asia, and it is certain that the Siberian Eskimo is the immigrant from America. And it says, however, there is an answer to all this, which bring us around more into the line of Dr. Harderlich. The Mongol people have been in Asia long enough to develop great civilizations, which they have, that of China thousands of years ago. The Indian America of America never got out of the. They ain't talking about us people because remember, the people across the Mississippi was enlightened. They, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna complete that, bro. I was talking to my. What's going on here? Oh, it's still running. It's still running. I had a little drop. It's still running. I had got a notification talking about there was some problems going on with the live. Okay, I just want to know what happened. Our people keep talking about who built the mounds, who built the pyramids, who built these certain artifacts that got the locks with the big nose, who built all this stuff. But this article talking about when they seen y'all on the west coast, there wasn't no uh big old megalithic civilizations and things like that. Which I know is not true because we got the Grand Canyon, but they got destroyed ages ago. And we got the pyramids in Nevada and all that. He told me that aboriginal is a legal term and that a more appropriate term to be called original. Yep, it's true. Or originee, or original, right? At the utmost events in Guatemala, he was barely reaching the first rudiments of civilization. So if Mongol and the Indians are cousins, it seems more likely that it was the Indian who dared bearing, or perhaps found a hand bridge early in that time. That theory would do very well unless we turn to the east and speculate that the French and Spanish came. Let's not say that word. Let's not say that word. I almost messed up. That would have been a straight. That would have took my life down if I would have said that. But it said that the French and Spanish, man, circled around to the north of America to found the race of the Pocahontas, Sitting Bull, and Chief Bender. San Francisco Chronicle. But they call him the. I'm just gonna say the Wild Man. Let's say that. Okay, do we got? Here we go. This is the Kentucky Post and Times Star, January 12th, 1926. Oh boy, there go your Native American. Mongol Indians found in the West. Skeletons show Oriental type, scientist says. Some strays have wandered here. Some strays have wandered here from the east, Colorado or Kansas. East because anything east of Cape, what's that say? Mandic, Mancinio, my bad, Mancinio. I'm sorry. Even further, some have came farther. Illinois and Ohio is always represented as Maine and Massachusetts, but it took a Chinaman to complete the list. It took a Chinaman to complete the list. He came, he saw, was conquered, and married a native daughter of the forest. The little the little Mongol Indians are trained by the celestial pattern families to wear their raving locks and queues. Can Ohio beat that? So we got Chinese people coming over here marrying natives. Hmm? Thank you for the follow. See what's going on, man. What's really going on? What's up with all these Asiatic people? What's up? So we're going to the El Paso Times, 1975, October 29th. This is more modern. So basically, he's saying they intermixed again. Yes, sir. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Now, y'all gonna love this one. This has something more to do with anthropology, right? This is Good Morning Sun Country. It's about El Paso. Doctor Research Department, some scholars think that people writing a blend of Phoenician and Green characters, as was done in the Near East, made their way across the United States before 150 BC. So if you got Phoenicians here, 150 BC, come on, man. How many times we got to keep proving y'all not the original people of this land? Leaving occasionally inscriptions along their path. Only one table, I think that's a table, bearing such characters has been found in Texas. We got Phoenician and Green characters, Phoenician writings in Texas. Natives, I thought you was the only one here. How the Phoenicians get here? Stuff is not adding up. It says the Texas stone, unlike some of the New World inscriptions, has not been translated. A few Texas Indians rock paintings may depict large boats, helmeted man, but a ocean going galley in the Rio Grande or Grande is hard to believe. Guys, here is your evidence. Pan Africans, clap your hands. Pan Africans, clap your hands. Do you know why I said that? Because we found you. We found a real proof that Africans came here and traded with us. We know that the Native Americans ain't described this. We know this was about us trading with Africans, real Phoenicians. So, Pan Africans, clap your hands. Naturalism found some work for you. Naturalism found some proof for you. Okay? Give credit when credit is due, please. If you happen to bring this stuff up about the Texas Stone, all right? It says, as for the Romans, here we go. We talking about the Roman coins and the Grecians and stuff like that. As for the Romans, the closest finds to Texas, and all quite speculative, are a second century Roman figure in Mexico, an alleged colony site in Arizona, and a coin catch in Venezuela. Native Americans, hold up. So you telling me the Romans came here and the Greeks and they had a colony here? That's crazy. So that means you wasn't the only ones here. If you was here at that time. So we had Romans, we had Africans, and we had Mongolians here way before 1492. And we was here way before 1492. So how deep do this go? If they talking about Romans coming here and colonizing, then that means this is like the second time or the third time y'all of the different continent. I'm talking about the Moors, the family of the Moriscos, all of you. Y'all knew about America and y'all came and conquered it more than 3 times. Or you probably failed, and you probably was successful this time. So y'all making it seem like Christopher Columbus came here the more and he discovered it. Nobody knew about this land. Sir, y'all knew about this land. That was probably your third or fourth attempt on trying to conquer America based off this information that I'm looking at. So how deep do this shit really go? How deep really does it really go? And how much history have the world lied about? How much history is the Vatican really lying about or hiding? How much? We don't know. But this is the age of Aquarius and things is being revealed. This ain't your first rodeo. This ain't your rodeo. This ain't your first rodeo. All right. You said lack of comprehension. Where's the lack of comprehension in this? They said they found the Roman coins and all this other stuff. There is no lack of comprehension. It says the site is the object of much mirth to this archaeologist who feel no man crossed the Atlantic in either direction before Columbus. He felt nobody and crossed the Atlantic before Columbus. But if you find a Roman coins, Roman artifacts, and Phoenician writings in America, then that means people came before Columbus and tried to conquer before Columbus. This ain't your first rodeo. All you simply did was uncovered America again. That's all you did. You knew about it and you knew how to get here. So we don't need to play these games. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Peace, Diamond. Peace to you too. Thank you, Goddess. All right. Hey, so pretty kitty, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this the best way that I could. Hey, listen. You say I never showed the full source. Look, even though I don't need to be entertaining you right now. Before I read the newspaper, I keep reading the header so you can go to it. And here's the funny thing about it, my bro. I post the full live on YouTube so you can go back and look at it. Yeah, they knew they was gonna start crying. Did I not say the El Paso Times, October 1975, 20 date 29? Did I not say that? And then I went to the part in the same damn newspaper. Sorry for the profanity. In the same newspaper, and you talking about you don't never show the full source. There's only one part of the newspaper. What are you talking about? So you want me to read the whole entire newspaper? Even the parts that's not talking about the part that I'm talking about? Like you want me to read auction sales and people selling lands and people advertisement about furniture and shit? You want me to read that too? Get the boy. Sometimes I gotta entertain people. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for the profanity. I'm trying to do it better. That guy just made me lose my cool for a second because we sit up here all looking at this at the same time, and he the only one that said it. Okay, whatever. I'm reading an old newspaper. I'm not reading shit. I'm not reading nothing off Google. Okay, but it says for the Romans. So basically, oh yeah, just to pick it back, y'all can look at this too. Roman coins found in Arizona. Ancient Spanish coin. No, nearly two. No, 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 no. Where is it? Where is it? That's not it. Please don't tell me they freaking hiding this. Let me type in Roman artifacts. Roman, because I already had the article before. Found in America. Let me just type in America. Out of place artifacts. Here we go. This is the Roman coins. I'm gonna play this video so you can stop with the what's his name again? Wherever the freak your name is, you start with a U. Watch this shit. I don't want to hear your mouth after this. Okay? Sorry, let me get that timer off the screen. Let me get that timer off the screen real quick. Sorry. I don't want this to block anything. Oh yeah. Let me get that off the screen too. Text. Okay. Here we go. Let's listen. So you can be quiet. Mm. Oh, y'all can't hear it. Y'all can't hear it. Y'all can't hear it. Hold on. Let me shit. I wonder why y'all can't hear it. Y'all should be able to. Shoot. Was y'all able to hear the YouTube video I played earlier? I mean, of my live when I was talking. That's crazy if you can't hear it. Oh, let me play the video again. Make sure. Bring it back.
New discoveries are overturning the idea that Columbus was the first European to reach the Americas.
The sand is planet.
Roman coins were found in Texas at the bottom of an Indian mound in Round Rock.
Okay,
The mound is dated at approximately 800 AD. A fresco in the Roman city of Pompeii depicts a pineapple and several types of squash, both native to the Americas. In New discoveries are overturning the idea that Columbus was the first European to reach the Americas. Roman coins were found in Texas at the bottom of an Indian mound in Round Rock. The mound is dated at approximately 800 AD. A fresco in the Roman city of Pompeii depicts a pineapple and several types of squash, both native to the Americas. In 1957, in a field near Phoenix City, Alabama, a small boy found a coin from Sicily, dating from 490 BC. In 1886, the remains of a typically Roman shipwreck were found in Galveston Bay, Texas. In Oklahoma, a bronze coin struck in Syria in 63 AD, bearing the face of Emperor Nero, was found in 1976. A Roman sword, a legionnaire's whistle, part of a Roman shield, and a Roman head sculpture were found off an island in Canada.
Hey, so that's showing you right there that their sword was copper. They had copper swords. You see how it's green? Yeah, it was copper. That's a small ass sword though.
The hull was discovered in a shipwreck off of Nova Scotia and is consistent with ancient Roman metallurgy. A small terracotta head sculpture was found in 1933 under 3 heavy floors of a building dated between 1476 and 1510. The head, found just outside Mexico City, is consistent with Roman sculpture from approximately 200 AD. In Brazil, a sunken shipwreck was discovered, appearing to be the remains of an ancient Roman ship. Among the ruins were large...
Hey, so what if these so-called fake Sorry. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying my best to stop because there's people that actually want to watch my stuff, but they don't like the profanity. But look, what if the boats they allegedly finding is Roman boats? Even though I don't believe they finding no slave ships at all, But just let's just say, what if the boats that they are finding are ancient boats of the Romans, the Grecians, and things like that, and they trying to pass it off as slave ships, right? It's just a thought. It's just a thought.
Large jars, which appeared to be made during the Roman Empire. The jars were dated between the 1st century BC and 3rd century AD. How much of our history do we really know?
Facts. How much of our history do we really know? Just know the elites, they know a lot. They know the truth. And they just trying to hide it from you. But yes, America been invaded numerous of times before colonization. And we can see the Roman buildings, the Roman pillars, and all this stuff was here. Yo, we knew who these people was, right? So as let me go down. It says, where we at? In spite of the it says the site is the object. I already read that too. In spite of apparently genuine artifacts that predate possible European salting of the site. Now it says some almost undatable voyages to the New World were carried out by the Arabic sailors. Now, if you know about the Moro War, do you know about how the Pacific Islanders got here? That was due to the Arabs and the Moors sending the Pacific Islanders to Mexico, California region. That's why we got that Asiatic bloodline too. Some of our people fell in love with the Mongols. Some of our people did, and they intermingled with them too. I'm not denying that. But a lot of our people intermingled with the Pacific Islanders. That's why a lot of our people come out and say, we Asiatic. But they can't explain how they Asiatic. They just say, oh, we Asiatic. No, you're not Asiatic just because you're Asiatic. You're Asiatic because the Pacific Islander came here and those two prisoner of wars end up intermingling with each other and unifying with one another. That's why they always say we look more like the Oriental than the African. And that's facts. I could pull up photos to show you that the Pacific Islander look just like us more than anything. Right? Now it says some almost undateable voyages. I already read that part. It says Arabic sailors or Ethiopian pirates or Arabs with Negro slaves. But again, what is a Negro? We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Whoever it was, Negroes predating the Spanish arrival in the New World were noted by some explorers. They trying to presume, okay, since they was black, they was slaves, and we see they was here. So since they were black people here, then so they had to been slaves just because of their skin color. So that freaking concept, how long has that been going on? Because that was some modernistic stuff, right? So hold on, y'all. I'm gonna pause the live real quick. Let me go check on my kids real quick. Where the pause button? I'm gonna pause it real quick. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? See what y'all talking about. I got away with going to class. Hobby because my what the hell are y'all talking about? Okay, cool. Hold up. Go get in that bed. Go get in bed. Get in bed. Bad, y'all. Putting the children in the bed so they, toddlers want to keep getting up and stuff. But all right, start back over on that part. Uh, you see how they want to always say, "Oh, since they were the color of a black person, they had to been slaves." So you see right here, it said whatever it was, Arabics with Negro slaves. How they know it was Negro slaves? Because if it was A.D. B.C., all those people were melanated people. Arabic, the Ethiopian pirates, the Arabians, and whoever else was with them, all of them were black people. So I want to know. That's their base. That's their by speaking with they assume. Yeah, it's an assumption. It's conjecture, right? They just assume that everybody hated that these people, but all these people they forgetting that all these people were melanated people. That's the main thing they forgetting over and over again. That's the main thing they forgetting. All right. So whoever it was, thank you for the 14 Thunderbolts. It said whoever it was, the N word predating the Spanish arrival in the New World were noted by some explorers. And it says one group of part N word people lived at the mouth of Rio Granada. Wait, Granda. I said Granada. Grand Grande or Grande. They were noticed by the first Spaniards. See, they were noticed by the first Spaniards and persisted until around 1840. They trying to say, oh, after 1840, they was eliminated. No, my ears is ringing. Is it just me? Let me know because I took my styrofoam this thing off my mic, so I know I sound probably louder. If you want me to put it back on, I'll put it back on. But this is the front of my mic. I'm talking on the studio mic. It's called a Bluebird. A Bluebird. So it should be crystal clear and stuff. Mine aren't right now. Okay, well, if you getting that ringing in your ear, then one of your ancestors might be reaching out to you, or somebody trying to communicate with you. Frequencies are ways of communications. So you're vibrating high somewhere, but you gotta learn. You gotta decipher the message. All right. It said one group. We're not. Yeah, and it said that they was there until 1840. Now it says they may have descended from escaped slaves brought to see the conjecture. They just said the Spaniards seen them here all the way up to the 1840. And it said that these people was there before the Spaniards came. So they trying to say they may have been descendants from the escaped slaves brought to the Caribbeans around the 1500s. Man, get out of here with the conjecture, the ideas. Y'all just said the Phoenicians and all these people came here way before colonization. Y'all keep trying to put the ideal and suppress the fact that our people or melanated people was here way before modern colonization. Right? Halito, peace, guys and goddesses. What we on? I'm actually ready to argue. I'm up here teaching. I'm teaching, bro. I'm teaching. Those natives don't want no smoke with me. They better go pick on the goddesses for some reason. They don't want no smoke with me. All right. But it says the other theory, see, these are just theories. The other theory that Negroes predated Columbus is startling, but defended by some scholars. Peter Martyr, a contemporary Columbus, a contemporary, of Columbus, says Negroes found in Panama in 1513. It is thought that the Negro pirates of Ethiopia established themselves after the wreck of their ship. You see the conjecture. I'm showing you what a conjecture is. When they say it is thought, that means maybe or I think. Conjecture, that's a theory. Another one, when he said they may have, that's conjecture. That's a theory. Do not take those things to mind and be like, well, it could have been, it could have been, it could. Shut up with the could have been. So let's face the facts here. Y'all just don't want to accept the fact that we was here, melanated people was all over the world. Y'all trying to make sense like, no, they wasn't in the Americas, but they was everywhere else. Quit playing games. Stop it. It is thought that the N-word pirates, I already read that, the Arabic references cite Atlantic voyages as early as 1350, but there were few other facts to speak for such crossing except for American foods in Africa. How did that happen? Pan-Africans, like I said, clap your hands because I found some information for you that we were trading with Africans. We traded food, we traded clothing, we traded weapons, we traded all types of stuff. So don't be beguiled by conjecture. Right? And they said in 1350, the Mongolians invaded here in the 13th century too. Or was it the 11th century? But if the Mongolians invading America at the same time with the Arabic people coming over here to invade America, dude, how big was this shit? Dude, this is crazy. I'm for real. It's really crazy. It's crazy because we got two peoples trying to conquer America. Then we got the Spanish Moors and the English Moors, Germans and the Russians all coming over here to conquer America at the same time. But we were getting hit. We had to been so freaking powerful that it required a whole confederacy to come take us out. Because one people just couldn't do it. How long we gonna play with them though? Brody, I ain't playing with them. What I'm doing is showing proof that I ain't playing with them right now by producing what I'm producing. But shoot, it don't matter how many times we argue with them, Tim. They're gonna keep doing what they're gonna do. They're gonna keep saying conjecture. They're not gonna produce no documents or nothing. They're just gonna keep speaking that BS over and over and over again. But we ain't worried about it because they finna get kicked off. I was about to say the same thing. I ain't playing with them. Yep. Now, this is the main part right here. All right. Similar pottery, Indian Ocean shells in Alabama. Indian Ocean shells. We talk about Pacific Island. Indian Ocean shells in Alabama. And ancient, possibly Negroid skulls found in the Pecos River in Texas. Ancient. And an ancient, they say possibly. They know it's Negro skulls because they got the exact measurements and diaphragm of what a Negro's crania consists of. Right? Let's see if anything else. First European Vladimir, known by the name Amerigo sailed Fernando, Oregon, or merchant that camped there. Amerigo was not the first person that came here. And he is not, and it wasn't Amerigo. That's not even his freaking real name. Sailed to Honduras, Yucatan, Western Mexico, probably around Florida. And it was in July of 1519 when Pineda saw the Texas coastline. 450 Pineda so believed that one went to the moon. What the fuck? Okay, all the rest of the stuff was just talking about the exploration of Amerigo Vespucci. And then when they finally made it to Texas, all the rest of this stuff I don't have to read. But if you want to read it yourself, you can get your screenshot. You can screenshot this thing and you can read it yourself if you want to. And also, it's going to be a rerun on YouTube. So anything you miss, this live will be on YouTube if you wanna get this source and stuff. All right, but that's the main part. I already read it. I already read the whole thing. Now we're going to this source right here, the New England Bulletin. The New England Bulletin, October 12th, 1946. That is the source. That's what I'm reading. Way at the top. All right. Dude said he want war. I want some water. That's what I want. Wait a minute. Negro. Oh, shit. I'm jumping the gun. Okay, since I didn't highlight shit, so that means I got to read the whole thing. Black pioneers before Billboard. I often wonder what those black colonizers. I brought the case to court. Please stay tuned. Bet. I wonder, he said, I often wonder what those black colonizers who may have been here long before Columbus would have thought of Bilbo's turtle quirking about what he calls white Anglo civilizations. Black colonizers, Moors. If black men built kingdoms and empires on this side of the Atlantic, as steady mounting evidence lead us to believe, we can be very sure that no Bilboes sat in their parliaments and Congress. We had parliaments, we had Congress in America. We can be very sure that nobody who looked and talked like the Mississippi mud turtle served as mayor of any of their capital cities, even though Bilbo is an ex-official mayor of Washington today. if the black men built kingdoms, boy, and my arguments make me, hey, I don't know what you're saying by that. I agree with the noted Negro scholar Dr. Charles H. Wesley that on the basis on scientific evidence, Negroes were active citizens of the New World centuries before Columbus set sail from Spain. This column will be published on October 12th, the 44th anniversary of the supposed discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. And it's something to make Bilbo choke on his gizzard that and I gotta say that men may have been the first. That colored men may have been the first here. The first people, colored men. According to Dr. Charles H. Wesley. Boy, there's some good stuff right here. Newspapers. Like I said, feathers up, feathers up. Indeed, a close friend of Columbus, Peter Martyr, the historian, wrote that a tribe of Negroes lived in the mountains of Panama. To this day, one of Latin America's Negro republics, Martyr, wrote that these Negroes before the first American, my bad, it's getting too exciting for me. Peter Martyr wrote that these Negroes before the first African slaves were brought to our hemisphere. Again, what is a Negro? If these people was here before African slaves came here, what is a Negro? What is it? All right. So it is hardly probable. It is hardly probably that he was thinking of escaped Negro bondsmen who were later to found independent nations in almost every country in the Americas, including our own United States. He basically saying the Negro was everywhere in America. Everywhere. Diamond, you got to show me what you're talking about. Whoa, I told the judge, how do they think they could tell me to get out of that, out of land? But a few years after the introduction of slavery, Panama Negro mountaineers under the leadership of a certain king, Bayamo, were swooping down from the hills, emancipating the bondsmen on the slave plantations and carrying them up to their own territory. So our people were sitting up here getting these slaves. The people in the top of Panama, the Negroes at the top of the Panama, was getting the slaves and freeing them. Our people was not letting these Moors have I said our people, these Africans as slaves. And once they started living amongst us, you couldn't tell the difference between the two. What is an African and what is an Indian? What is a Negro and what is an Indian? They look the same, but they are different. That's why I should have named the title of this live. What is an African and what is a Negro? What is an Indian and what is a Negro? There are good reasons to believe that the Bayamo, who hated slavery, thank you for the 14 weights, who hated slavery, may have been the chief of this tribe of Aboriginal American Negroes described by Peter Martyr in the Panama. And again, to let y'all know, the Cherokees, the Choctaws, the Chickasaws, all these people migrated from South America. They migrated from South America. We had a lot of migrations through the Americas. Just letting you know. There's proof that the Cherokees was in South America next to Cusco. Indian Civil Rights Bill. Yep. Hey, I'm gonna tap into that eventually. This is part of this series, the classification series. But it says elsewhere, early explorers saw black men living with the Indians. What you mean? What is a black man and what is an Indian? What is a black man and what is an Indian? Some of these black men were, of course, slaves who had escaped and found shelter with that other colored people, with that other colored people. They're mad as hell. They just sided with me. What the hell? How are you doing this on the phone? Are you on a Zoom meeting in court or something? Or you must be on a Zoom meeting in court or something like that. It's 12:51 my time. You must be in a after hours court, some shit. Hey, my bad, natural. No, it's good, bro. It's good. I'm laughing with you, bro. But it says, look, again, in case y'all ain't caught that. Slaves who had escaped from shelter with that other colored people who happen to be red skinned. Those are the Indians. Who is Arthur Plecker? Arthur Plecker? You mean Dr. Walter? You mean Walter Plecker? If it's Arthur Plecker, then he got a son. Person battling the family's land in New York. Shit. Man, that's crazy. I wish you could record that. All right. But others may well have been Native Americans. Hold on. Wait a minute. Who is the Native American? Because you said the red man. You said the other colored people who happen to be red man. In the other articles, you said the Negro, who is the black man, resembled the Indian, but they are different. Yeah, they'd love to give you your recording if you want it. But this is amazing. This is amazing. And now they say the Native American. But others may well have been Native American. Others may well have been Native Americans. Right? Hold on real quick, y'all. And let me pause this again. Nah, dang, I can't pause. I'ma just mute and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, there you go. I know y'all can hear me now. All right. Now, like I was saying, who is the Native American? Let's just get to the point right here. Phone for the die. It says, but others may well have been Native Americans whose ancestors beat the Mayflower by 100 years. Whose ancestors, pay attention, y'all. Y'all not understanding. Well, y'all probably do understand, but in this newspaper, it's basically telling you when the natives got here. Well, another part of them, because I know they got here in the 13th century. But it says, pay close attention. It says, but others may well have been Native Americans whose ancestors beat the Mayflower by 100 years. When did the Mayflower come here? Let's look it up. Mayflower Company. The Mayflower Company. Slavery. How the Mayflower arrived in America? When did the Mayflower arrive in America? When did they arrive? When the Mayflower set sail from a final departure point in Plymouth in September, okay, 1620. So they saying they beat the Mayflower by 100 years. So they said the Native Americans really got here by 1520? 1520? 1520 is what they say the Native Americans truly got here is by 1520, according to the Mayflower. Somebody said hundreds of years. Hold on, let me go back up there and read it again. By hundreds of years. Okay. Thank you for that. When we say hundreds of years, I'm gonna tell you when they really got here there, if that's the case. The Mongols really got here. Conquest of Peru, Mexico, Bagada. They really got here. It's going to be right here on the front cover of this book. This is when they really got here. They got here. The historical research of the conquest of Peru, Mexico, Bagada, Natchez, and Ptolemaico in the 13th century by the Mongols. What was the first newspaper that I read? So who made the word native? Europeans. Thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, it's hundreds of years. When we say hundreds of years before the Mayflower, and we talking 13th century, 200. Well, there's 100, 1620, 1520, 100, 1420. About approximately 300 years before the Mayflower. That is hundreds of years. Matter of fact, I give them this. Let's say approximately 400 years before the Mayflower is when they got here. I'm just being nice. And in this book, it will tell you right here. It says it's talking about the Roman sports and all that. Watch this. Because when they say hundreds of years, they think hundreds of years means thousands of years. Hundreds of years could be up to 300 years. But it's in a 6th page of the introduction to the researches of the wars and sports of the Mongols and Romans. When did the Romans get here in America? I don't know, but they speak in BC. The writer hinted at having met with some indications of a connection between Asia and America long before long before the discovery of the New World by Columbus. From that time, he has kept the object in view. And such has been the success of his further inquiries that he now ventures confidently to affirm that Peru, Mexico, and other countries in America, my bad, were conquered by the Mongols accompanied with elephants in the 13th century. When did the Arabs come here? 1350. When did the Mongols came here? In the 13th century? They've been here for about 800 years at most. Exactly. They have not been here thousands of years. They've been here for hundreds of years. Just like the white men, they've been here for hundreds of years. But the Moors been here for approximately 1 to 2,000 years. And Africans been here for approximately 1 to 2 to 3 to 4,000 years. They all came here way before these people came. But we've been here. The real India been here since the beginning of time. Let's say that. With the giants, with everything, when you name it, we've been here. All right. We could dive into that in another season. Now, when they said Mongols, we got to jump back to the front page so we could do precept upon precept. Precept upon precept. All right. What they say in the first part, the Mongol republics of America. There is no Mexican nation. There's no Mexican nation. Never was any, nor Chilean, Colombian, Peruvian, nor Brazilian. There is nothing but hordes of mongrels with the names of former inhabitants of old Spanish conquerors and a mighty mass of aboriginal material. You see right here? How many times I gotta keep laying on you? How many times I gotta keep laying it on you? I keep telling you. Let's go back to where I was. I think this was it right here. Mayflower about hundreds of years. Or they may have been African traders making business trips from the continent to ours. I told you Africans came here. You got the video on that yet? Which video? We are the original. You got the video. Oh, about the Mongols? No, I haven't made that video yet. It's gonna be. I'm gonna grab that into the part of the series. Some of the information that you're seeing right now is gonna be part of that Mongol series. That I'm gonna be presenting my case to prove that they are the Mongolians. Right? It's gonna be a nice little presentation. Probably a series, probably like a 20-minute per video series, because I'm not gonna do that live time. I'm gonna do it based off series first, just to get my TikTok series starting. Yeah, because I'm finna start getting paid. I'm about to start getting paid. I'm already getting paid from YouTube already, about a good $100 a month. Yep, just $100, and they're gonna still grow. All right, Brazil. It said word more. Now I don't know if my people actually gonna invest into my content, because it's a thing. If y'all look it up, it's called TikTok series, where I have to make a 20-minute video. Then I'm just gonna sell the video for about $1, but it's gonna be like an ongoing series where you just pay like $1 for the video or $2 or $3 for the video. It depends, but it's gonna be a series, a pack full of information. Cause like I said, there's no such thing as people owning information. But God damn it, people gonna give me credit when credit is due. So I gotta do something. Dane Calloway do it. 432 Drop do it. A lot of people do it. Hey, I'm a beginner, so I'ma do it. Shoot, shit. Everybody pay them. But I'm gonna be cheap. I'm not gonna freaking tax the hell out of y'all. Like, damn, G. $300 for one video? God damn. No, I ain't gonna do that. But one day I am gonna make a documentary though, because I am planning to go visit the Indians of New Orleans. I want to go visit Chief Warhorse. I want to go visit various of people who do like little documentaries and presentation, and they show me things. I want to go do this stuff, but I don't want to do it based off the money that y'all give me. I want to do it based off my own funds that I generate. But if people support, then they support. But I'm gonna be doing stuff based off my own expenses. But other than that, from the continent of ours. And by the way, I'm gonna get internationally recognized. I'm not gonna go federal recognized. I'm gonna get international recognized. All right, but it says Brazil, where more than half the population has varying degrees of Negro blood. Varying degrees in Negro blood. Come to Long Island, New York, aka Queens. No, man, y'all crazy, bro. Y'all crazy. If I come up there and say what's up, somebody want to fight me because they take what's up as, oh, you trying to fight? And what's up down here mean like literally just what's up, how you doing? Sure, I would have to explain. Sure, different lingo, bro. I said, oh, good. I'll visit New York one day. I'll visit for real. It's only one. It's all right. Here we go. It says degrees of Negro blood is only 12,000 miles from West Africa. A bricks trade was enjoyed by the two regions. Okay, so y'all got y'all lit from that until the oh shit. I thought that was the end. It's not the end. How many pages I got on this? Shit, I got a lot. Okay, we're still pushing through, man. We're still pushing through. What time is it? It's 1:09 my time. We're still going strong. Till just about 40 years ago, black businessmen. I should never forget my sensations when the prodigious researcher into the Negro past, J.A. Rogers, invited me over to his New York apartment and showed me pictures of Negroes trading with the old Maya Indians, which he had. What? I must have just glanced over this when I screenshotted this. Whoa. I should never forget the sensations that the prodigious researcher into the Negro past, J.A. Roger, invited me over to the New York apartment and showed me pictures of Negroes trading with the old Maya Indians, which he had photos stated from ancient Maya pictographs. Oh, it was on pictographs in one of the city's great museums. That started me on a new line of research on old Maya and pre-Columbian pictographs from Mexico and Guatemala. I have seen pictures of Negroes living and mingling with the Indians. Again, what is a Negro? What is an Indian? They both the same. Yes, they are unmistakably black men, and their color stood out in sharp contrast to that of the Indians' pictures. Again, he's saying that the Negroes are dark, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Sudanese or the Kenyans. Compared to us, we are brown skinned. So he said you could tell the difference of the Africans coming here to trade with them because they were super dark in complexion. And we are brown. We're not super dark in complexion, people. Right? So we got it, people. We got the information. But it says, and remember, if y'all see, oh yeah, Child So, shout out Child So. I'm glad you brought your face up. If it wasn't for Child of the Soul, I would have never been reading these newspapers because he sent me a couple of newspapers and I saw them on his wall, on his TikTok. So I said, let me go ahead and pay the membership and do my own research and find some shit. Thank you, Child of the Soul, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never found this stuff. I know. All right, bro. I appreciate that. If it wasn't for you, I would never did this. I would have never found this. So keep doing your thing and keep sending me information once you stumble across something. I'll be sure to shout you out whenever you send me something. Y'all follow Charlie Soul. He got a lot of information. He got a lot of information exploring the newspaper clips. All right. But it says, let's see, Guatemala. He said they both these Indians are black, but one is darker, one is lighter. Yep, we all in it together. But you gotta, child, so we gotta give credit when credit is due. I ain't saying you own that, but you own the simple fact that you brought this out. You opened the gateway. On top of, to me, you opened the gateway. So I'm giving credit when credit is due, which a lot of people need to do. A lot of people want to be recognized for bringing information out, but shoot, you could be greatly recognized for honoring people that brought out the information before you and building on top of that. I keep telling people, get information from people and build on that so you could be known for something that you have found. But be sure to mention your gateway. Yep, it destroys ego. Yep. And I'm very egotistic. Shoot, I know people will say that about me, but like I said, I say things. Nobody can say nothing about me that I haven't said about myself first. I stand on it. I know I'm egotistic, and I ain't saying it's a good thing, but I take pride in it because that's my makeup. That's who I am. I ain't saying it's good. You are good, fam. Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Okay, here we go. Tap it back in. Tap it back in. That's enough about the life. Shout out to Brother Natural. Shout out to Brother Diamond being this court case. Picture with them. Okay. It says one of the deities of the ancient Mexicans was called a black god. Similar figurines of gods, unmistakably black, have been long up by annoyed explorers. Boy, I hate it when they say that shit. Who believed in white supremacy. Boy, I know they was swinging. Boy, I bet they was swinging their fist in the air when the undesirables was looking at this stuff. I bet they was swinging, punching the air and all types of stuff. I know the Moors was because the Moors I already knew about. I'm talking about their servants that wanted to be the new colonizers, the new leaders. I don't know, they was punching the air when the information was given to them, and they was given the locations to go explore and look at this stuff. Boy, they was mad. Oh, you're a woman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, shout out Diamond, the woman. In various ruined cities of Central America were today Negroes. Here we go. It says in various ruined cities of Central America where today Negroes are slaves of the American banana companies. You good, Diamond. So these people, boy, I think this is the final page of this. Nope, it's not. I got another page out there. We're gonna let this section be the last section of the newspaper. Then I'm gonna tap into something else. Then I'm gonna let that be the end because I am approaching 3 hours. I try to at least approach 3 hours per live. I'm at 2 hours and approximately 30 minutes. All right. So other explorers and scientists have dug up huge Negro idols in southern Mexico, where the remnants of the republic's almost assimilated Negro population still lives. The Black Virgin and the Black Christ are worshipped from Mexico to Ecuador. If you know about Quetzalcoatl, I don't even know how to spell that name, so I'm a butcher. But Quetzalcoatl, he had a cross on his back. Um, he they say he was a Christianic figure, but again, those times there was no such thing as Christianity, so it was something else. But Quetzalcoatl was the uh what you call, you got it right there. Let me see if I can find it. Can I copy it? No, I can't even. They won't let me copy it. Let me see if I can find what he looked like. Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. He had a cross. The dude had a cross. I think it was Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl with a cross. Let me say with a cross. With a cross Or was Quetzalcoatl the plum serpent? There he is. Quetzalcoatl. There he is. There he is. That's Quetzalcoatl. That's what they found on the wall. For those of y'all in the Israelite community that believe in the New Testament stuff, I mean, you could add this to your literature if you want to, but if you believe that America is the true land and Israel is all over here in Egypt and all that other stuff, you can add this to your literature about the Quetzalcoatl. They said he was the Jesus Christ or whatever of the also means he was called the plum serpent, also the precious twin. If you want to know about Quetzalcoatl, go read about it. But he was the Mayak god or whatever on the cross. Even that cross had a representation. And again, it's not Christianity. It's something entirely. I believe let me tell you my theory on this. I believe King James, he came over here and took the Indian traditions and made the Bible. That's a theory. I'm not saying it's true, but that's a theory. I believe they took a collection of Indian stories, Indian histories, Indian events, and created the Bible, changed names, things like that to fit their narratives, remove certain natural laws from it. I believe they moved the masculine laws and the feminine laws. I believe they did a lot of things to fit their narratives. But some of the truth is still in there. I'm not even going to lie on that. But that's what I'm starting to believe, because it's around the time the Mayflower popped off. That's when we started seeing mass productions of these Bibles. Now they had manuscripts, but again, where did they truly get these manuscripts from? Because Christopher Columbus came over here with people that knew the Arabic language, people that knew the what was it? The Aramaic language, alleged Hebrew, which I don't call Hebrew. I actually call it the Algonquin language, which is the Indians. It's the closest form to Hebrew today, which is the Algonquin. I believe Christopher Columbus came over here with his interpreters and learned what the idiots were saying, took all this stuff back to King James, and they was crypto Jews, which Christianic Jews, and they got these stories, and that's when they created this. But it's just a theory, not saying it's true. No, I said Algonquin is close to Hebrew. If you want to know, you can go read. I'm gonna have to give you this book called The Indian Language in Hebrew. It'll tell you about the Algonquin language and other various of Indian language that's very extremely similar to the Paleo Hebrew language. But like I said, it's just a theory. I'm not saying it's true. It's just one of my ideas. So don't go around saying naturalism said this and he said it's true. No, I said it's an idea. It's an idea. That's it. Nothing more. Just kind of things that make sense to me. So if the Bible was true, it wasn't written. I mean, I'm gonna say it wasn't written by a white man. It was written by a Moor that had certain intentions of dictatorship and control. But I read the Bible completely 4 times during my Israelite days, so I know about it. But this is not that type of thing that I'm not trying to get into, because that community got some militant people that's headstrong on it, and I don't want to step on no toes. So we good. It's just ideas, you know what I'm saying? But let's go. So when they say Black Christ, think about Quetzalcoatl. Think about Quetzalcoatl. All right. It says the Black Virgin and the Black Christ were worshipped from Mexico to Ecuador. And it says, I'm inclined to believe that the cults which center around them are simply hand-me-downs of the worship of ancient Negro deities, like I told you, Quetzalcoatl, with the gods of the cults becoming confused with the sacred figures of Christian religion. What did I just tell you? Well, I just tell you, they mixing modern Christianity with ancient Indian history and events and gods and stuff, and trying to create new things out of it to benefit a certain people. There's truth in it, but you gotta learn how to absorb it and throw it out what's not true. I've been exploring the Syriac and Aramaic and Arabic. Yeah, I did. Hey, I did my times. I did my share of that stuff. I know. You ain't even gotta tell me. Those of y'all that's studying that, I know that. I know. You don't even gotta break it down to me. I know. I know. I know my bros. But it says the evidence of early Negro colonization in America is still slender because the race is prejudice kept alive. The race prejudiceness, I say prejudiceness, is kept alive by the Biblos, yep, the story of horse and the 12 disciples. It also go back to the 12 zodiacs, but somebody told me it's actually 13 zodiacs, which is the mutated one at the end. Do your homework on it. It says prejudice kept alive by the Bilbos, who was prevented the kind of concordance and intensive research which is needed to prove to disprove a theory of this kind. But the evidence, here's the biggest part right here of this. Well, I already said all the major daggers inside of this newspaper clip. But it says evidence is promising even when it's light. Now here goes one of the biggest parts that I love to hear. How are we going to explain the Negro skulls found in the caves of the Bahama Islands, except of the theory that Negroes who built the great empires and great navies of their old homeland of Africa, reached the shores and fused their blood with that of the other people living here? So you hear it right there. I'm not going to deny that Africans came here. I'm not going to deny that Africans had intermingled with the original American Indians. But here's the thing. The original American Indians still looked like us. You couldn't tell the difference between an African and an American Indian in that time. We can tell the difference between ourselves, but the people that's, I guess, over us ruling today couldn't tell the difference between the two. So at the end of the day, it's still conjecture when they say Africans came over here and mixed, because how you know those was Africans on the walls? They could have been just darker skinned Indians. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? It's still conjecture. It's an ideal at the end of the day, but we're not going to deny the fact, but those was melanated people. But this is a nice read. Again, let me show you the source. This is the source. Shit. What the heck I'm doing? Delete that. What? No, what are you doing? Where am I? Where am I? Right there, yeah. This is the source of what I just read. So if you want your screenshot, you will have to go to newspapers.com. I believe it's newspaper.org, somewhere like that. Type in this, the El Paso Times, October 29th, 1975, and start your trial, and you can read what I just read yourself. Right? So it's great. I told you that was the last of that. I think that was the last. I mean, that ain't the last thing of that, because I'm gonna say the rest of that for another time. So I'll do a part 3 on this. But there's other stuff I gotta bring out. There's other stuff I gotta bring out. All right. So what I'm about to do, I'm gonna go to classification. Let's see, I'm at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I still got time. Classification. And I'm gonna go to, where we at? Free Indians and their dependence on mixed by. Oh yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna tap into it yet, but we gotta get there. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh dang, I kept telling you what is a Negro, what is I still gotta tap in. My bad, I'm sorry. I gotta find that newspaper clip real quick. Is this it? That's not it. I gotta find that newspaper clip. Here we go. This is the source. This is how you know what's a different. What is the difference between an Indian and a Negro? What is a Negro? Now we finna get that answer. The times. I can't say that word, but this is about New Orleans, Louisiana. This paper is dated back to 1854, December 26. All right, and we're going to the auction sales section. So now y'all finna know the difference. Auction sales. It says, I'm jumping down to right here where it says also the slaves be after named belonging to the said partnership to wit. Hold on real quick, y'all. You said what year is that? Let me show you the year again. The year, like I said, get your screenshot. The year is 1854. 1854. All right. So y'all finna know the difference between an Indian and a Negro. Even though one said there's no difference in appearance, but you finna know what exactly is a Negro. Okay. I'm jumping to right here. Also, the slaves be after name belonging to the said partnership to wit. All right, so this is what a Negroes is. So y'all finna see the differences, right? Valgan, and it says a Creole Negro, about 18 years of service. Number 2, Randall, American Negro, about 50 years old. Number 3, Figaro, an African Negro, about 65 years old. Number 4, Davis, a Creole Negro. Number 5, Julian, Creole Mulatto. Rogers, American Negro. Albert, American Negro. Isaac, American. Zenian, American. George, American. Henry, American. Jess, American. Tommy, Creole. Baptist, Creole. Joe, American. Jean Pierre, Creole. Jaquez, Creole. Sam, American. Shepherd, American. Ralph, American. So y'all seeing the differences, right? Y'all seeing it. So we're gonna, where's the part where they say, I already read the part that said African. I'm gonna find another African. So how many Africans do we have? We got American Negro, we got Creole Negro, and we got a lot of Creoles. Daughter of Julian. One of them don't even got, one of them, maybe a daughter of Julian, 13 years old. It don't even tell hers. American Negress. American. So we only got one African Negro. Right here. I found a government list that's naming American Indians as communists. That's crazy. But look, y'all see? Get the screenshot, because this is the difference. Get the screenshot, because this is the difference. Hold on. Y'all can hear me. Go back. Y'all see it right there. Creole Negro, American Negro, African Negro, Creole Negro, Creole Mulatto. I thought Creole meant mix. I thought Creole meant you was mixed with French and other shit. Why you gonna have mix? Julian, Creole mulatto. Don't mulatto means mix? Don't mulatto means mix? Don't Creole means mix? You're mixed with French and something? Come on, man. Yeah, I got them. I got them. You only got one African up here. I told you the majority of us is American. We're American inward. That's why I kept saying, what is a Negro? Clarify. Is you talking about African Negro, or is you talking about Spanish Negro, or is you talking about the Oriental Negro? Which one are you talking about? Because the N word is ambiguous. It's broad. That could be anyone. So when I found a newspaper clip that clarified what I've been saying for the longest, boom, what you got to say now? My great grandma was listed as a mulatto. What you got to say now? You can throw this shit in their face. What you got to say now? We got a slave auction um piece from a newspaper that showed the African Negro, a Creole Negro, and an American Negro, and the majority of the alleged servants was American Negro. So therefore, there were American Indians. American Indians. What you got to say? What do you have to say? What they're gonna say? Photoshop. This gotta be photoshopped. This Photoshop. This Photoshop. I don't believe it. When you can go get the source yourself. I'll post the source again. I'll post the source again. Write it down. Where is it? I'm not gonna bring it out. Should I bring that out? Check. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go and read it. Child of Soul has showed me this. This is a source from. It wasn't this. No, it wasn't from that either. Damn, I didn't get the. Damn it, I didn't get the freaking source. Fuck, I didn't get the source. Okay. I'm gonna read it anyway. White indoctrinators hard to shake for their pan. Yep. Check this out, y'all. This is the British Critic. Now check this out. It says the Negro problem in the southern states of America is one of the greatest that confronts America today. All kinds of schemes have been advanced for its solution, but the problem remains unsolved. The colonization of the Negro in the Philippines, Philippine Negro, or elsewhere meets with objection from the Negro himself. What are you talking about? What Negro? Which Negro objected from this? It says the Negro being a native of America, a citizen of the land under the amendments to the Constitution, in many instances a property owner, he could not without manifest unfairness and great wrong and be forced by might to seek residence elsewhere. We're going to jump down. Education to the American Negro, instead of being an advantage, is a disadvantage. You see where they're going with this? Do you see where they're going with this? boy. Hey, and that source again. When I showed you the difference between the Negro and auction sales, that's the source. That's all you get to, so you can get the times Picayoni, Uni, or whatever it is. December 1824 is right here. December 18th, 1824. It's the same thing I brought to you right here. It says Volgan Creole Negro. Then it says American Negro. Number 3, the African Negro. Then it says the Creole Negro. Can you send me this by email? I can't screenshot it. Yeah, 1854. 1854. Let me go back. This is the source right here at the top. I'm zooming in on it. If you can see right there what it says, the times Picayoni, December 26, 1854. Thank you so much for what you do. You welcome. You welcome. Page 3. You can go to let me show you the place where you can go. It's called the newspaper. It's called newspaper.com. This is the place you go. So I could type in, right, for example, let me show you how to research it. You could type in Negro Indian, right? And it's going to say Negro Indian, quote unquote, or quotations. So I'm going to click that and click search. Hold on. Wait a minute. Got to sign in. Let me sign in. Go natural. Account not connected. Oh, I know which account. Sign in. Come on now. I'm not trying to do shit with Ancestry. Heck. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. So you would do it like this, quote unquote. Of course, you can get a you can do that basically. You could sign in with your ancestry crap, and you could do it like that. Get you a trial. You could start off with a trial. I recommend you don't have to buy it, but just do a free trial for 7 days and do as much research as you can on this for 7 days. So I typed in Negro Indian, quote unquote. Put that quote back over there. I'll type it again because it might not did it right. Negro Indian, I click that. Then I click search. Then I'm going to click date. See how far back I want to go. See, all right, so I'm going to go to 1780. You got Negro, comma, Negro in Indian, Negro mulatto. I want it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 1800s to see if I can find it together. Which one got the most newspapers for the 1800s? I'll go with 1830, just on the safe side. Oh shit, what the hell you did? But that's how I research this stuff. Quote unquote. I just go through here and see what all have it. What's that? What that say? We do not believe America to get this only crew of Negro Indian dash pale faced. Ain't that a lot of conjecture? Negro dash Indian dash pale face to rise up on the island I don't know what that's about. But yeah, that's how you research this stuff in the newspaper. You put in the key words that you want to look at, then it will take you there. Or what you're looking for. Yep. Yep. That's how you do that. There was a lot of conjecture for real. It said Negro dash Indian dash pale faced. Dude, how is that possible? What's the site name again? It is newspapers.com. Newspapers.com. You'll have to get a 7-day trial. You can sign up with ancestry.com or you can just simply make an email. But this what you could do is show you you can explore all you could even explore outside the United States, I believe. You can search Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, Panama, and all that. Now, you don't have to necessarily make an ancestry account to to use this. You could just sign up with a regular email. And by the way, this is I'm using somebody else shit. This ain't my shit. This ain't my shit. Somebody I already knew already had this, so I used their account to look it up. Thank you, homie. But it says, okay, let me leave out this because I ain't for to tap no more into the newspaper. I don't want to pass. I don't want to give out all my. I don't want to give out all my coins. So I'm gonna go to the classification for debate classifications. Um, guess what, guys? I found the very first Black Law Dictionary. I'm talking about the Black Law Dictionary, the first edition. I thought I had the screenshot. This is the Law Dictionary, but it was the one before that one. Well, the ones that's the yellow page, that's it. But I wanted to show you some things in here. Okay, the word color. This is from the Black's Law second edition. This is what the word color is. Color, by common usage in America, the term is such phrases as colored persons, the colored race, the colored men, and the like is used to designate Negroes or persons of African race, including all persons of mixed blood descended from Negro ancestry. So you see, just because you colored don't mean you came from Africa. That's in the Black's Law Dictionary. Color, an appearance, semblance, a simulacrum, simulacrum, lecrum is distinguished from that which is real. Basically, if you color, you're not real. You're just the appearance, but you're not the real thing. A prima facie, a facie, apparent right, hence a deceptive appearance. So if you are color or you moving in color, you are deceptive. Deceptive, a lie. You're not real. It's a possible assumed exterior concealing lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. Why would you want to be a color when you call yourself black? You moving in the status of color, which means you're a deceptive appearance. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. A disguise. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Then they said right here, this is called the color of title. I'm jumping down right here. Under color, the word also means a dark color of the skin showing the presence of Negro blood. And hence it is equivalent or equal to African descent or percentage. Just because you got Negro blood don't mean you came from Africa, but it can be used as a basis of equivalent to African descent. Right? Right? So a colored person in the first black law dictionary, it says a colored person. It says a person of African descent or Negroid blood. Doesn't mean you came from Africa, but it can mean you came from Africa. That definition, which one? You talk about color? You talk about colored? Did you talk about that one? That's the definition you wanted to see. Is that one? Is that the one you want to see? Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. That's from the Black Law Dictionary second edition. The second edition, which is called the Dictionary of the Law. I believe that's what it's called, or it's called Law Dictionary. You can get this book on Scribe or Scribe. I think that's what it's called. That's where I got the book from. I don't think this book is on the Internet Archives, the second edition. Zoom in, please. Okay, here you go. In case y'all want to get a screenshot of it. What a colored person is, it doesn't necessarily mean you're from Africa. It just means you could be from Africa, or it means you're a mix, or you just simply a colored person. All right. By the way, for those of y'all could, if y'all got y'all phones turned like straight up, turn it sideways like this. If you turn your phone sideways like this and push the little rectangle symbol at the bottom, it would turn this live into a long view, like how you watching a YouTube video or something like that. You could turn this shit sideways and you could watch it like that too, so everything could appear bigger to you. Just to let you know. What else? Color of law. The appearance or semblance without the substance of legal right. Color of law. The appearance or semblance without the substance. You there, but you not there. You go to court, you there. You are the appearance, but you're not the substance. You ain't flesh or blood. That's a straw man. You're a straw man going to court, but you not there. Y'all need to learn. Y'all need to learn. Y'all need to learn. Colorable. That which is or gives color. That which is the appearance only and not in reality what it purports to be. When you moving in black, you moving in not in reality. Peace, sunshine, peace. Indians, the Aboriginal inhabitants of North America. Indians, the Aboriginal inhabitants of North America. You won't find this in a later version of the Black Law. You will find this in the second edition. I believe you can find it in the fourth, but it don't say shit about Native Americans. Absolutely nothing. Aboriginal. Remember, Native Americans said they never called themselves or were ever called Aboriginals. But what did they say in the Black Laws Dictionary? The Aboriginal inhabitants of North America. That's what an Indian is. And that's the name of the Law Dictionary by Henry Campbell Black. This is the person, Henry Campbell Black is The Black's Law. When you say Black's Law Dictionary, that's his last name. That's who you're talking about when we say the Black's Law. Now, you're not going to see this one either. Look up the word native. We got it. We already got it, my friend. Colored man. There is no legal technique. Look, check this out. You will only find this in the second edition of the Law Dictionary. You won't find this above. I already searched. Colored man. There is no legal technical signification in this phrase which the courts are bound judicially to know. A colored man. They said we can't define what a colored man is. Right? Let's see. Negro. The word Negro means black man, one descended from African race, and does not commonly include. Yeah, this is the other one. This is a later edition. There's two different ones. It says Negro. The word Negro means a black man, one descended from the African race, and does not commonly include a mulatto. But the laws of different states are not uniform in the respect, and some indicating in the description Negro. One who has 1/8 or more of African blood. That's a more modern one. But it says the term Negro means necessarily a person of color, or a person of color, but not every person of color is a Negro. So you see, there's different variations of this when it comes down to law. But it's whatever you classify yourself as. Do I got the word native? I thought I had the word native. Nation. Native. Here we go. Now, let's see. Is this the one? I thought this was the one that said something about the king. But here go the word native. This is in the very first Black's Law Dictionary, the first edition, 1829, I think. It says native, a natural born. Yeah, this is the first edition. Native, a natural born subject or citizen, a what's that say? Denizian, Denizian, or something like that. By birth, one who owes his domicile or citizenship to the fact of his birth within the country referred to. The term may also include one born abroad if his parents were the citizens of that country and not permanently residing den ASEAN. Yeah, okay, proof. Cool, cool. And not permanently residing in foreign parts. Yeah, so that's what native mean. That's what native mean. I thought I had something natural rights. Now I'm gonna go over this other stuff another time. Oh yeah, this had caught my attention too. The word homo, a man, a human being, male or female. When they say Homo erectus, homo, this is the word for human. A man, a human being, a male or a female, a vassal, or a feudal tenant, a retainer, dependent, or servant. I'm not a human, and I'm not a homo. I'm not that. It's important to educate yourself in Black's law and get several different dictionaries of the Black law. You can get the PDF files, so since they are free. But the latest version, which is the 11th edition, I don't have that one. But I've been learning a lot of shit, man. I still got a whole bunch of stuff to show y'all, but I'm not gonna do all that because I'm already at how many hours I've been on here? Shit, where is that? 3 hours and 16 minutes. God damn. Well, I'm not going live tomorrow. If I go live tomorrow, I'm playing the video games. I'm probably gonna play Def Jam, or I'm probably gonna make a beat. But I'm not for that teach tomorrow. I did a lot tonight. I did a lot tonight. 3 freaking hours. Oh my god. But this is what I was saying, man. We need to be up teaching like this. This is what we need to be doing, bro. Or if you're not a teacher person, you should be inviting people up to discuss Indian business and either debate natives or debate Africans or talk about. I need somebody to start talking about law on how to move forward with this Indian business. Maybe I'm probably gonna end up being the one to do it, but it would be nice to have somebody in that field to start bringing out law about Indian law, having the books open like the way how I'm doing it, zooming in, people taking notes on this shit, how to make a proper document, what to do with the Indian Bureau of Affairs, how to deal with the United Nations. I need somebody that's intellectual in that field to start doing lives on it. Start producing content, get your shit up there so you can start making studio lives like this so we can start teaching them people properly on the law aspect behind it. Like I said, it might end up being me doing it, but it would be nice to have somebody else doing this shit so I can learn from them on this, right? Yes, the original American Indians are the naturals natives. You're born here and you got to be naturally from here. And the ones of today is neither, well, they're natives, but they're not the natural ones. Because we could go to court, use these newspapers, use books, use sources, use records to show that these people are not the real people from here. But I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the followers. Remember to, hold on, let me turn this up. Remember to follow my YouTube. Go follow my YouTube family. Because if you missed the beginning of this live, the middle of this live, even towards the end, you missed a lot of wonderful information. I'm telling you, you missed a lot of good stuff with this Negro business, this terminology, what the natives, the real names of what the natives, where the Negroes was at, a lot of wonderful information, historical information that can be proven that you can utilize. But if you missed anything, please go subscribe to my YouTube, Naturalism of Yahweh, and you can catch the reruns of my TikTok lives to get any information that you miss, any source that you miss. You can go to my YouTube and follow it. So go subscribe, Naturalism of Yahweh. All right. Thank you, Natural, for such great information and peace and blessings. Thank you. Hey, thank y'all for staying up this long. Cause I'm sorry that I did this late. I really feel like I should have did this at probably 7 or 6 or 5. But we had y'all seen all the stuff that was going on today. It was a lot of stuff that had to be diffused today, and I hope everybody be past this stuff so we can go ahead and produce the stuff that we need to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm sorry I kept y'all up this late, but I promise I'm gonna try to make my lives much, much more earlier than this.
I promise you. But thank y'all for watching. I'm out.